CityCast Pittsburgh is supported today by the Heinz History Center and their newest exhibition, Pittsburgh's Hidden History. It is a cornucopia of curiosity, a magical menagerie of memory, and a little bit of this and that. There are flowery couches, relics from Kennywood, even a collection of shivs. If you listen to this show a lot, you know we are loving this. It is truly mind-boggling to see how the curators brought together such a wide range of rarely seen artifacts to tell Pittsburgh stories like never before. To buy your tickets and learn more, visit HeinzHistoryCenter.org. Today on CityCast Pittsburgh, there are so many ice cream places in and around Pittsburgh. You might say we're sort of spoiled for options around here, but with all these cute little shops, you might wonder how to parse through the best of what is out there. So if you don't have time to treat your way through the burg, that is okay, because our guest today did. Just ahead of National Ice Cream Month, we are talking about the best hard and soft serve, custards, sundaes, and shakes, plus why we think the vibes under that drippy bridge in the South Side truly cannot be beat. It's Thursday, June 26th. I'm Megan Harris, and here's what Pittsburgh's talking about. I am with CityCast Pittsburgh contributor Meg St. Esprit, who has treated this assignment with the utmost diligence. Meg, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here with this very critically important topic.
Please walk the people through your process.
First of all, I'll say as a mom of 4 kids, ice cream is a topic in our house that we cover a lot. So
basically nightly when they want dessert?
Absolutely. And now my older 3 are big enough to walk down to Scoops in Bellevue, so they can just do that. They can do some chores, get some money and go. But all the time when we're out on the road, we're seeing new places, we want to stop. So when it came to this story, I decided to just kind of poll in a general way other families we know, other people we know, what's catching their eye, where are they going to over and over again?
Yeah. And I mean, you also have like an enormous social media following. You are a travel writer by trade, so you really do genuinely get around quite a bit. I mean, what is your favorite kind of ice cream? Because I want to suss out your biases here.
Yeah. So my favorite is custard for sure. So we do have
What is custard?
Okay, so, I am not an expert on this, but it is creamier because it's made with egg yolks is what I've heard.
Okay.
Some ice cream has eggs in it, some doesn't, but custard does all of the time, and it has the yolks.
Okay, that makes sense. It is kind of like a rich dessert.
It's delish. I had some last night.
I'm glad you were prepping accordingly.
It was research, right?
Yeah. And for anyone listening, the recommendations we're going to be talking about today are from all over the Pittsburgh metro area. And there are so many of them. You're basically guaranteed to find something in your neck of the woods. We will kick it off. Meg, where is the best hard serve in and around Pittsburgh?
I will say, and I'm not surprised by this, Millie's was the runaway winner. That topped everyone's list. It was the first name on everyone's lips. I had a chance last month to go down to Market Square and chat with the shopkeeper at the Millie's down there, Michaela. And it's just such a Pittsburgh story. The couple that founded it started it in their garage. It's spread since there. They've got locations all over the city. They got one in Kennywood, one at North Park, a drive-through in Cranberry. So not only
they're as far out as Greensburg, I think, too. That's the last place I picked up a pint because I just happened to be downtown.
I think they're even expanding out of the state at this point.
Wow.
I'd have to check. But yeah, they're just everywhere. So you're close to a Millie's wherever you're listening from. And they have really creative flavors. Like the lavender is amazing, which I don't typically love lavender flavored things, but it knocked my socks off.
I'm a lavender latte, like a fiend at this point. So I'm excited to try that in ice cream form.
Yeah, it was so good. And then this summer, they have some that are themed with amusement parks. And it's just fun. Like, they just get the vibe. Like, Kennywood's open. Here's our amusement park flavors, things like that. Like,
the phrase Kennywood's open at ice cream doesn't necessarily yield itself to yumminess, but I know where you're headed.
Right. Yeah. And then, surprisingly, after Millie's, a little shop near Green Tree, Antony's, is the other one that everyone had on their list.
Okay. I haven't heard of that one at all.
So that was one of our COVID adventures my husband and I took our kids on. Once we could get out and about a little bit, we went there and got some ice cream and sat outside. They do have a ton of amazing flavors. They make them locally, and they have that really nostalgic vibe. It looks like it's probably had the same appearance since the 1950s, which I love. So that's definitely one that's worth a little road trip.
And then, okay, so what about soft serve? If hard serve is like the kind that gets packed into the pints and gets, like, it sounds really, really hard. What the soft serve is the stuff that comes out of like you pull the handle down.
Pull the lever.
And it like swirls around.
I know, it's so fun at a place where you can do it yourself, like a Sincerely yogurt. Yeah, so soft serve, they make it a machine with a specific mixture concoction recipe that freezes and comes out. There was a lot of varied opinions on this because so many little shops make their own soft serve. And so there's lots of options.
Well, like what? What do you recommend?
So this is one I hadn't been to, but many, many folks said Dairy Delight in Swissvale. So now it's on our list for sure. They mentioned that it's their post-Kennywood stop.
Oh, cute. It's like dairy, like D-A-R-I.
Yeah, it's adorable. And it looks, again, very nostalgic. A couple people mentioned Dairy Delight in Bridgeville. I did some research. They don't seem to be connected.
No way.
But you could check out both of the delights and see which one you like better, I guess.
Well, what about the other side of the city?
Yeah, so Cool Cones, this is one we love. They have a location on Perry Highway in the North Hills, and then they have one in North Park.
That's where I've seen it before. I knew that sounded familiar.
Yeah, and they have raspberry soft serve.
What?
Like, it will change your life. I'm just saying.
I mean, usually it's like chocolate vanilla or like the swirl, and that's it. Those are the options.
Yeah, no, they have raspberry. They also have like Dole Whip options, lots of sundaes. So it's really fun. If you're looking for just a classic, twist soft serve cone, you can get it there, but you can also get something a little unique.
Okay. And I feel like there was a city one that I've heard about a lot too. Like, is it in Bloomfield maybe?
Yeah, Twisters. It's really cute. They also have gelato. I've been there. I love it. Several folks mentioned it. It's definitely worth a stop if you're in Bloomfield.
Okay, so let's keep the recommendations coming. What do you have for best custard? Your favorite?
This is my favorite. And I think the reason it's my favorite is because I grew up going to Young's Custard Stand in Beaver County.
Aww.
Which is what I had last night after dinner.
I was about to say, that one still exists.
Oh, yeah. It's at the end of my parents' road. Yep. It closed for a little bit, and then someone said that some younger members of their family decided to open it up again, and I'm so thankful. I know they had a line last night. But if you're not out in rural Beaver County, there's lots of other options.
Perfect. What do you got?
So the Meadows is a really popular one. They've got lots and lots of locations. They were started in the 50s in Duncanville, which is like near Altoona, Hollidaysburg.
Okay.
But they've got shops all over. There's one in Jackson Township in near Cranberry that we go to a lot, Monroeville, lots of all over the place. And they just make a really quality custard. It's consistent. It's really good. And they've even expanded into quite a few other states, but we can have that Western Pennsylvania pride with them. Hank's in Beaver County is one that a lot of city dwellers said they travel out to at least once per summer.
I mean, it has to be really, really good for Pittsburghers to go that far. I guess downriver, it feels north.
It's far. It's a hike out into the boondocks, but it's worth it. They also have Mexican food and other munchies. We like to go a lot after we spend some time out on the river on my parents' boat.
Wait, they'd serve custard and Mexican food?
Yeah, so it's like Taco Bell Mexican food, but it tastes good after, a long day out in the sun or whatever. A couple of folks asked if it's connected to the Hank's Custard in Conneaut Lake, which is a pretty popular vacation spot here.
Of course, yeah.
So they were connected at one point. They're part of the same family, but they are separate now, but same recipe is what I was able to learn. And then one I hadn't heard of is Glen Homemade Custard. They have a Springdale location, which is like near Penn Hills, and then Lower Borough. So it looks amazing. It has a lot of different options. The Springdale location has mini golf, so you can make a night of it. Lower Borough one has hot food. So that's one we need to add to our list for sure.
How does PwC take your company to the leading edge? They bring the sharpest minds in tech to your team, so you can bring the ideas that will transform your business. They're passionate about your industry, so you can walk into any room with every advantage. And they're with you every step of the way, so you can know you're headed in the right direction. PwC builds for what's next, so you can get there now. Get started at pwc.com/us/leading edge.
Today's show is supported by the Frick Museum and Gardens and their new exhibition, Catching Sunbeams from the Porch Swing of Wisteria Castle. The exhibition is free and open to all, and the artwork is so romantic and whimsical. You get the chance to explore these abstract sculptures made of mesh and wire, and they dangle from the windows and ceilings of the greenhouse, surrounded by, of course, all these lush plants. I just love Frick's greenhouse. It is literally where I got family photos taken. The Great Lawn is where my child took his first steps in grass. I cannot wait to go back and check out these sculptures, and they're actually from a Pittsburgh-based artist, Atticus Adams. He said he was inspired by time with family, with his grandmother sitting on her porch swing surrounded by wisteria vines. Check it out and don't sleep on the historic mansion and all their new tours. Visit the Frick this summer to see this magical exhibition. What are the places from your research that had maybe like the best setting, the best vibes, that kind of thing?
Yeah, this was a fun one for us. And I actually talked to a couple kids in Sarver, the Allen family. They have 5 kids, and they have been doing a very deliberate road trip to check out all of these places. Aww. I know, and test, the flavors, the offerings, the vibes. And so I just think if it becomes more of an event, you're not just sitting there eating a cone, you're also...
Which is special in and of itself, but
is.
Like when it's like a family mission, it's like a different thing.
Right, yeah. And so you want somewhere that really feels like a destination, I guess.
Yeah, and of course by family, it could be the folks in your household, but it could also just be like your friends. Like you're going to go to like 10 different places over the course of the summer. I definitely did that in my younger years.
Yeah, so as far as vibes, now first of all, I'm going to say that Paige's topped this list.
I mean, it's got to be the most nostalgic probably in our region. And they really go out of their way to make you feel feelings while you're waiting in line.
Absolutely. And I will say they topped the list, for soft serve, for vibes, for, things beyond the scoop. But vibes was the one that everyone talked about the most for them. You're under the drippy bridge.
The drippy bridge. I know some people don't love that, but I feel like for the ambiance, it's so different. Like you go park and you wait in this long line where everybody's trying to get ice cream. There's all the flashing lights. The entire menu is plastered in signs all over the building.
Yeah.
And then in the back, if you're waiting in line that long, and I think I always have, then they've got like their whole history out there on a big placard with a bunch of photos. It's so cute.
Yeah, and there's always a shady spot because you're under the bridge. So
true.
Win-win.
You might get dripped on. You might, but that's just part of the experience.
It feels refreshing. I don't know.
It depends on the time of day, I guess. Anything else you recommend for, I guess, the nostalgia of it all?
Have you been to the Sarah's ice cream parlor?
I haven't, and I'm actually kind of embarrassed.
Okay, and I've only been once, I'll say, so don't be too embarrassed.
I have had a lot of their candy over the years, though. It's always in an Easter basket,
I'm a convert because I grew up in Beaver County, so I was raised only like Anderson's chocolate.
Okay.
But since our school's been selling Sarah's, I have been won over. Their chocolate is amazing, I agree, but their sundaes are iconic. Just picture the classic old school ice cream parlor vibe. The prices are so cheap. It's worth a drive out there for sure.
And where's that one?
It's in Cannonsburg, but it's really worth the drive if you're in the city.
Awesome. Anything else?
Have you been to Neff House in Harmony yet?
I've tried twice. It was in their defense. It was in the springtime. I don't think they were up to regular hours yet.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you need to get there. I cannot even describe this vibe. The first time we went, I felt like I was transported to a magical fairyland of sweet treats. They have string lights, cozy seating, all these amazing concoctions. It just has that wow factor. My kids just got in the backyard space of Neff House and we're it just feels great.
And Harmony as a community has a really long-standing German history.
Mm-hmm.
So that part of the community has kind of an old German village kind of feel anyway. So I imagine that just doubles down on the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's in a historic building itself, and it's Neff House, H-A-U-S, got that German vibe to it. And there's lots of fun businesses down there, like Wonder Bar and the Harmony Inn. So you could make a whole evening of it, really.
Yeah, and lots of shops, too.
Oh, for sure.
And you mentioned this, briefly, but you said, the best beyond the scoop options. What does beyond the scoop mean for you?
Yeah, so with 4 kids, we have a lot of opinions in our family. So, one of our kids just likes that plain twist cone, and that's her favorite. And then a couple of my kids really love a fancy sundae with lots of stuff on it.
I think it's a different, some personalities find a thing, they stick with the thing. Some personalities try something new every single time.
Absolutely. And I like to try new things. So when we're thinking about, there's lots of places that have great flavors, lots of flavors of hard serve. But beyond the scoop, what are the options that are out there? Milkshakes, sundaes, ice cream sandwiches, things like that.
Okay. What are your favorites?
So this was a new one that someone put on my radar, the Happy Day Dessert Factory on the north side. I'd been hearing about it for a while. It's Black-owned. It's got lots of options. We hadn't stopped in. But during the course of my research, their food truck showed up at the Bellevue Farmers Market. So I got to chat with them, try some water ice. They've got, like I said, tons of hard serve options. They have water ice, custard, sandwiches, mashups, like layering water ice and custard. They're on Western Avenue on the north side.
Perfect. I'm looking at their website, 50 flavors of hard serve, custard. I think you said water ice, wood or ice if you're from out east. Sandwiches, let's see, mashups like layered ice and custard. Wow.
Yeah, and let me suggest layering like an orange flavored sherbet with custard, and it tastes like a creamsicle.
Oh, okay. We're on very different flavor paths, I think.
Oh, no.
What else you got, Meg?
So ice cream therapy in Ambridge, this has also been there for over 40 years. They have a ton of flavors, and they have other cute little things like personal size pies. The owner will make a recommendation based on your zodiac sign. Just really unique stuff, a really fun shop.
Like pies, like berry pies or like fruit pies?
Like tiny little pies.
We've been talking about pizza on the show a lot lately. So.
Oh, no. These are sweet pies, sweet treats.
Perfect. And again, looking at their website, it looks like they've been open for quite a long time, too.
Yeah, it's super, super cute.
Cute. So, I mean, I guess if you're stepping back, what would you say is maybe the best in show for you? I know this is obviously very unbiased, totally objective. You as our purveyor of ice cream here in Pittsburgh.
I still have to say for Beyond the Scoop, Pages. I mean, they just have so many options.
Okay.
And really, there's something for everyone there. I mean, they literally had one customer, Miss Deb, that she ordered the same thing so much that they gave her own button on the register.
Her own button? How often do you have to go to Pages to get your own button?
You know, I saw a number in Pittsburgh City paper of how many times she came in one season, and it was like more than 100. So Miss Deb is living the life.
Honestly, I can't actually vouch for their hamburgers. Like we went after like a nice day at the zoo, like popped down to Pages. We were going to get ice cream, but then we were like, actually, I think we're more hungry than just ice cream.
Yeah.
So we got like a picnic lunch. It was perfect. And the lines were like very chill in the middle of the day.
That's good to know because we've definitely waited a long time there at night. Although we've met best friends in line while we wait. So, you know.
Totally understand. Is there any other favorites that maybe didn't make like a clean category that you would recommend?
Yeah, I mean, there's a million that didn't make this list that deserve a shout out. But I would say for sure Leona's ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah, which have been available in stores for ages. They were in the Market House for a minute, and now we're getting a real brick and mortar. I'm so excited. It's going to be on Penn Avenue and Garfield. Can't wait to see what they do with like their own store where you can like come in and do the thing.
That's incredible. I love it. We'll be down there for sure. Yeah. And then this is not ice cream, but we have to give a shout out to Gus and Yaya's on the north side, the ice ball cart. Yeah. It is ice cream adjacent. It's a frozen treat, and it's been there forever, and you should definitely stop by and check it out.
Yeah, since your dad was a lad. One that I think is worth a shout out to, Butterfat Gelato, brand new to the north side on East Ohio Street. She was selling out of a park for a while up in the north side. So really excited to see what she creates in that space because the flavors, like you said, Meg, like they were just very seasonal, very specific, and the creaminess was unparalleled.
We should have like some type of creaminess rating, like five cones is the creamiest. You know, and the one other one I think that we didn't talk about is Brewster's. And I think that it's been around for so long that maybe we don't think about the fact that it is super hyper local. They have a dairy in Titusville up near the Allegheny National Forest, and they make the ice cream at each individual Brewster's. So they don't even have a central factory. They make it at each shop. So, you know, if you're driving around, it's always a consistent fave. It's never bad.
Yeah, I've heard they've got some new flavors dropping for summer any minute now, so I'm excited to check those out. And I think they're ones that have a little bit more on the dairy-free side.
Oh, nice.
Meg, we really appreciate this. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and all your research with us. We're excited to go put it into practice.
Absolutely. Get out there and do some delicious research yourself.
Yeah. That is all for today here on CityCast Pittsburgh. If you've been listening to this and you feel strongly that Meg or I are extremely wrong, or you want to make sure that we are sharing the love with your favorite parlor, you can call in or text the ice cream hotline at 412-212-8893. We always want to know your ice cream recommendations, always. We will be back tomorrow with more news from around the city. We'll talk to you soon. Well, every time I get the same speech where they're like, you know, it's just the ice cream that's dairy-free. The chocolate still has milk. And it's like, intolerance, not an allergy. Give it to me.